Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to talk to you about loadouts or airsoft kit if you like. Now there's all kinds of things you can do with this, from expensive to cheap, but we're going to have a look at the more cheap side. So before we go on, I just want to say thanks to everyone who's been watching my videos and subscribing lately. It's been fantastic. I love reading your comments and going through, having a chat to a few of you. So it's been really good, and you guys keep me going with the channel because it's nice to be spurred on. Keep seeing people subscribing, it's really nice. So remember, if you want to see more, remember to subscribe, hit the little thumbs up button and hit the bell for immediate updates every time I put a video on. So we'll get on with this video and I'll go through some of the things I'm thinking about kit at the moment. So, airsoft kit. You can spend a fortune or you can spend very little. And I was talking to my girlfriend and we were saying, what would you buy as far as airsoft kit's concerned if you had £50? And I started thinking about this and thinking about the cost for airsoft kit generally. Now, when you first start out in airsoft, you'll want to buy a gun. That's everyone's first priority. You want to buy a sidearm. One thing you've got to spend a lot of money on, and that's eye protection or eye pro. That's really important. And if you're playing CQB, CQC, something like that, you want to be looking at lower face protection. If you're under 18, I think it is, and it's full face protection. So you always want to be thinking about those things. Your PPE is number one, always. Then your guns, and then your kit. Of course, airsoft gets a lot easier when you start wearing good kit, because you're able to get to your mags, you're able to carry it more comfortably, play along more comfortably without sweating and getting dehydrated. And this is where you've got to decide what you want, and also the role that you're playing. So I've got all kinds of kit knocking around here. So if I'm sniping, I wear a leaf suit, usually combined with some kind of chest rig. I sometimes wear full plate carrier, which I used at the weekend. Big drawback with that is it makes you sweat like crazy, and it's a little bit restrictive. I've got grab bags that I use. This one cost me an absolute fortune and I never use it for airsoft. I have to use it for shotgun shooting, but for carrying on my cartridges. A really good kit, but it's expensive. Then you've got things like this. Now this is one of my favourites. It's a Warrior Assault Systems Falcon chest rig. These are really good. I love Warrior Assault Systems. Anyone who's watched my videos before know I love the Warrior Assault Systems Universal Pistol Holster. And these things are fantastic. But retail price £115. They're on sale at the moment for around £100, I think. So what can you get for £100? You can get quite a lot. And then I started thinking, what could you get for £50? So let's say you've just gone out, you've spent £200 on a new AEG. You've spent another 120 to 150 on a sidearm. Something like, I don't know, the ASG SP01, so say £150 you spent on that. So you've invested a little bit of money and you want some kit. Now, clothes wise, it doesn't really matter so much. It depends what look you're going for, whether it's camouflage, whether you want sort of a private contractor look, or whether you want special forces look. You can combine all kinds of clothes to get what you want. You can wear jeans and a t-shirt if you want to still get that private contract kind of look, but you've got to have some kit to go with it. Now, at that point, let's say you got £50 in your back pocket. I'll start to think, what could you buy? So £50, around $70, I guess, off the top of my head. So I went on one of the websites and I started looking for a basic loadout. And I had a box arrive the other day and we're going to have a look at exactly what's inside. Okay, so I have my iPad and I have all the prices of what I pay for this stuff. Now this is actually coming to £55, so I thought, well, it's only £5 more than the 50, so we'll just cheat because it rounded up nicely for what I could get. And this is based on what I think is a decent loadout for the money, and we're going to have a look at the quality as well, because at the end of the day that all comes down to it. I mean, I love my Falcon chest rig. I'd love to put it on a recon plate carrier and try it out at some point. But you're talking about a massive investment compared to, you know, if you're just starting out, you don't really want to be playing that kind of money into it. So, unless you've got it, obviously, and if you have, well, send some my way. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this. So first of all, if I get out the box, we got this, which is a multicam. It's called what was it called? Multi-mission plate carrier, and this is from a company called Airsoft, who generally make fairly low priced but interesting, decent quality kit. It's not going to fall apart on your first skirmish. Now, you ignore the fast mags. I've actually put those on as a bit of an experiment just to make sure they fit properly and that the molly spacing is correct, which sometimes with cheap stuff you can find the molly loops sometimes aren't the right size. So I've had that in the past. Look at that box. Now this is an Airsoft plate carrier. It's not a real plate carrier by any means, and it comes with dummy sappy plates, I think you call it, that are inside. So we'll have a quick look at one, and it's basically these. They're basically fake armoured plates. They're plastic, hollow, and very light, but it keeps some form of shape to the actual body armour. Now, if you wanted something a little different, you could put foam in there, soft foam. If you wanted something a little bit thinner, that's not a problem. However, it does give it some rigidity. So we'll put that back in. So first of all, this is our basic plate carrier. We've got padded shoulder straps, we've got plenty of molly on the front, we've got plenty of molly on the back, and we've also got the cummerbunds around the side with plenty of molly on there. Now, the one thing I'll say about this is it's very light and it's quite short. It is what you'd call one of the more modern style, short, lightweight plate carriers. And I sort of bring your attention to that because it means you can carry more on your belt, so sometimes that's preferable. Something like a large plate carrier like this, sometimes it interferes with your belt. It's a bit long and it's very, very hot. You get really warm, you get really sweaty. So something a little bit lighter with solid plates, so it sits with less contact points on your body, sometimes a little bit better. So we'll move on. Now, as you saw on this, actually, I should mention, now what you'll notice with this, I've got these fast mags on the front. Now, what you can do is these are modular, which is quite nice. So I'll rip this off. And what you can do is throw that away, and you can get something else to go on there. And you can buy these pre-built sets. Again, from Airsoft, it's for the same chest rig. And all you do is clip this on. Stick it down and away you go. And you've got different mag pouches. You've got room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mag pouches, some shotgun loops, 2 pistol mag pouches. So plenty of storage on there for your average Airsoft player, and you can even stick some of the stick style pyro in the sides there and carry that both sides. So plenty of useful molly points on there, and if you don't like that, you want to put something else on there, you just rip it off and you throw it away and you go to something else. So it's quite nice having that modular setup. We've got some Velcro up here for any morale patches you want, or you can put a admin pouch up there if you want with a few bits and pieces in. I tend to carry an admin pouch with spare blanks and things for my blank firing grenades. So, moving on. You want something to carry your sidearm. So we're looking at a Ammo Max plastic pistol holster. So I'll get this out. Now these are specific to the sidearm you're carrying. So if you've got a 1911, don't buy a Glock one. You have to buy the one specific to your pistol. But that's good because it means it fits nicely. So there you go. That cost a grand total of about £6. £6 for a holster. And it holds your pistol solid. It fits on your belt. You can press it and release it. It's a bargain, absolute bargain. It's not glamorous, but if you wanted to make it look a little bit more tactical, you can always get some Krylon paint and just give it a dust over, make it look old, worn, whatever you want, make it look a little bit cooler. On top of that, I bought a mount so I could put it on a different kind of belt. So if you want to put it on a more tactical belt, you can move around. You can also get them so they can fit on molly pouch if you want to fit it to your chest rig. And on top of that, I bought, well, I didn't buy it actually. I got a free gift of an Airsoft hit marker. So let's have a look at the prices of these. So for the multi-mission plate carrier, wait for it, it's on sale at the moment, it's £15. £15. Yeah. So the holster is currently coming in at £10. So the price has gone back up. I actually got it on sale, so you know, fair enough. But look out for these sales, they're everywhere. Black Friday was great, there were some amazing sales. So anyone who says they couldn't find anything, we're looking in the wrong place. So yep, that's £10, and then the optional attachment for Molly or for the belt, either one's the same price, they're around £5. The front attachment, this, again was £6. So £6 guys, for less than £20 you've got yourself a plate carrier and you've even got some pouches. Now if you then want to go on and have something a little bit more tactical, then you can start looking at fast mags. So then if you've got a little bit of extra money, you can start looking at things like these, which are the FMA mag pouches, or fast mags if you like. And these are coming in for a set with one of these and 2 pistols, or you can get 2 of these to sort of stack them up. And they're roughly between £6 and £10 depending on what you want. And you can get these kitted out for very little money. So if you've got a bit of extra money, these mag pouches, or fast mags if you like, are an absolute bargain at around between £6 to £10 depending on what set you get. Some you'll get double stacked versions of these, which mean you can just separate them, have them as single stacks, like I've got them on my belt, and you can also have them on the front of your rig. These ones are predominantly either the second one on the stack or can go on your belt. The ones that go on your rig tend to have a little bit on the top that slots into the molly. But the point with these is they're very useful, they're very light, and they're really effective. And they're great additions to something like a chest rig. But they are a little bit more if you're going to have to spend some cash. But again, still not a lot of money. And we've got quite a nice little loadout for what we've spent. So what we'll do, we'll put it together and I'll show you exactly what we've got for the money and how much it totals to. Because I think actually looking on the internet, you could probably get it even cheaper at the moment, because I think there's another sale since I bought them. So you could probably get even more for your money, which may include the fast mags. So this is the kind of loadout that you may end up with. So we've got a sling. Slings aren't expensive. You can get these for a couple of quid up to £5–10. Make sure you get one with a buckling so you can detach it if you want to put your gun down. This is the £15 chest rig with the FMA quick mags on. I've also put a couple on my belt. Take note to this, these aren't cheap, these are specially made to carry the blank firing grenades, but they're actually quite expensive. And we've got a holster on the side, and these are really nice. They hold your gun secure, they stop falling out, they don't press the mag release, and you can quickly pull it out as you want. The only thing I haven't got on here is the FMA pistol mags, but they're on my other chest rig, so I didn't take them off. One thing to be aware with those though is they don't hold the mags very tight. You have to modify them to make them hold the mags tighter. They're a little bit loose as standard. But these, they're absolutely perfect. You know, you look at it, it's a lightweight setup. It doesn't restrict you, it doesn't restrict your movement, and you've got your fast mags so you can load your AG. And again, you want to change, get the next one in, away you go. They're worth every penny. So, I think for the money, it's pretty cheap, to be fair. If you want to change it out, you can take your sling off without dropping all your kit. Put that to one side. And if you want to change it out, you simply undo the 2 clips, pull it from the bottom, and it's gone. Move to one side, and we can put on our other set. Just clip it in, straighten it up, tags out of the way, down it goes, and it's on. And you might wonder why you'd want to use these over something like the FMAs, and the main reason is you can put AK mags in these. You can get 7.62 fast mags as well if you want to. I haven't used them myself, I don't know how well they work, so you know, buy them at your own risk. But you can loosen the straps on these and fit AK mags into these if you want to. And you've also got a couple of little pistol loops at the front for your pistol mags, which we'll try. Into there. Yeah, and that fits perfect. absolutely fine. And then along here you've got your shotgun loops, and you can get a couple of little bits and pieces in there if you want to put glow sticks or pyro, whatever you want in there. So again, really cheap stuff. I use gloves. These are proper military style leather and Kevlar gloves. They stink, but they've lasted, they're about 10 years old and they're still going strong. The only thing that's a bit tricky with them is they're like gauntlets, but there you go. So yeah, I think that is a pretty good deal, and it's usable. That's the thing. It's not going to be too hot because it's rigid. It doesn't stick to you like soft linen, so I reckon it'll be comfortable. Obviously I haven't played in this yet. I don't know what it's going to be like through the day, and let's face it, it's not going to last as long as something like a Warrior Assault Systems rig. But the difference is you could buy quite a few of these for the price of that, so you know, you've got to weigh it up yourself. So we'll have a look at the Warrior Assault Systems rig, and just so you can see it as a comparison, and we'll carry on. Okay, so this is the Warrior Assault Systems rig, and like I was saying before, this is roughly about £115, or they are on sale at the moment. Now this thing is as tough as they come, it really is, and it's extremely light. So it does have a lot of benefits. You can wear this, it's not going to go anywhere, you can breathe, it's not too warm, and it's got lots of space. You can carry 2, 4, 6, 8 mags in the front. You can put them in the sides here as well if you want, so you can carry extra. So you can literally laden yourself up with mags. And you've also got 2 universal pouches at the front there if you want to put grenades in them, bits and pieces. You could put a small bottle of BBs in there if you wanted. There's a little bit of molly webbing on here, so I attach this little pouch, and this is just a cheap pouch. I have a multi-tool in there, usually a pen in here, and in here I have little bits and pieces for changing CO2 in my pistols, or blanks for grenades. So this is a really versatile rig. I also have my knife attached to the harnesses, and it's extremely comfortable. I love this thing. It is really good, but it is expensive. The one drawback it's got is the mag pouches. Now I've actually got these attached to a bungee here. This isn't molly this side, it's actually a bungee cord. I'd have preferred it if it was molly, it would have been more useful, but you can still attach things to it. The only problem is the mag pouches are quite small, so when I put the ASG mag in, it doesn't really close. It's not going to fall out, it holds it pretty well, but if you're crawling around then you could lose a mag. And the same if I use the M17 magazine, it's just the same. You can't actually close that at all, not even close. If you're using Glock mags, it's not so bad. They're a little bit shorter and you can get those in, and you can actually close the top, but it's still not massively secure. You can still knock it open. So it would have been nice, I think, probably rather than have this, I'd have probably been happier with a fast mag on there. But other than that, this thing is fantastic, and the beauty of it is you can take it apart and fit it to the Recon plate carrier, which is also nice. But is it worth the extra over the other kit? Well, if you want sort of real steel standard kit, then yeah, it probably is. But is it better for airsoft? No, of course it's not. That stuff is so cheap, it's ridiculous. You could wreck it in, 6 months, buy another one and still be in pocket. And it gives you the chance to try out what you like and what you like to wear, because plate carriers don't suit everyone. They're warm, they can be restrictive, and they can be quite hot and sweaty. These are much lighter. They're sort of easier to manage. You can crawl around, they don't restrict you quite as much. They keep your upper body moving well, and they're great if you're using a leaf suit. So I'd use this underneath my leaf suit very often, because I can carry whatever I need to. A couple of sniper mags in there, and I can even stick a pistol in here if I wanted to. So if I got hold of the ASG, say, which is the only one I've got close to me, you can actually put that in there if you want, and it will fit, and you can even loop it over and hold it in place. You can carry whatever you want, and it's, in that sense, these are really good. But again, there are cheaper options out there than something like this. So you have to shop around. But if you want a chest rig, you don't want to spend the earth, you want to try it out, and it may be that you try that out for 6 months, and then you decide to go and buy a real steel one. But the point is, you've given it a chance. Better than spending £200 on a real steel setup, to find out it's hot and sweaty and you don't like it, you'd rather have run a chest rig. Better off spending 15 to 20 pounds on one of those, try it out, see how it feels. You may turn around and say, I hate chest rigs. For me, it's love-hate. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. So think about that, think what you like to use, and then make a decision based on it. Okay, so having looked at that, if you wanted to buy this today, this little setup, so you'd be looking at this chest rig with the pouches on the front and the holster for the CZ75, you're looking at a grand total of £45, which is very cheap. If you want to ditch this front panel and go with the FMA fast mags, then you're looking about an additional £15 on top of that. So all in all, still very cheap. Bearing in mind, I think at the moment this is going actually for about £9. So that would offset that cost a little bit. And then you could fit them onto your belt as well. So that's for the double stack. That's the twin stack FMA. So you're actually getting 2 mags for about £5. And that means you could get, for £15, you could get 3 on the front and you get 3 on your belt. So really good value for money. I wouldn't bother buying a different belt attachment for this unless you're looking at a specific type of belt, or if you want to fit it onto a molly webbing at all. If you're using like a battle belt or something like this, you can fit underneath. Then you'll need a molly strap for it or a molly mount for it. That's only an extra £5 or £6, so that's not too bad. So all in all, it's actually a great price. It's really good value. And the one thing that you need to be aware of though is if you're a big guy, just bear in mind these come up pretty small. Now you can adjust them. I'll take this out. There is a strap on here that has elastic cords on there, but I've got it on the sort of the loosest or the most pulled out extent, and it's still reasonably tight on me, and I'm a big fella, but I'm not carrying a lot of weight, so that is still reasonably small, and this is a large size. So just be aware of that. By all means, you could get longer cords in here and stretch it further. There's plenty of room for it, and this hides behind the back molly panel, so you wouldn't actually see it. So you can change the size of this, but just be aware, straight out the box, you may have to think about that. Having said that, I am 6'4". I'm a pretty big guy, so you know, if you're smaller than me, you're probably going to be absolutely fine. So, but just bear it in mind. So that's the end of this look through the kit that you can get for quite little money. Let me know your opinions. You know, put your comments in the comment box below. Tell me what kit you run, what you've got as a setup, and if you're a new player, by all means ask questions. We'll go out there and have a look and see what you can get for your money, because it's worth trying your different options before you settle on one type of chest rig or plate carrier or anything like that. Give yourself a chance to experience them all, or to at least experience a few. Get comfortable, be happy with what you're using, and go on from there. And if from there on you buy real steel stuff and you spend thousands of pounds on it, like some people do, there's people out there that spend a fortune on their gear, and that's great, but you have to be comfortable with it, because there's no point in spending it and then finding you hating it. So with that, remember to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and hit the little bell for notifications. And thanks for watching. I'll be back very soon.